Globally, the transport sector contributes about 23% to greenhouse gas emissions. In India, the number is much lower, we are below 10%, but also, the transport sector is where the GHG emissions are growing the fastest in the developing countries. And a lot of this growth has been because of the rapid increase in private motor vehicles for transport. Partly why private motor vehicles have grown so much is because lack of provision of good public transport in our countries and in our cities mainly. Fairly evident now if you look at sort of all of the Western world, the OECD countries, that using private vehicles for transport is really not the way to go, and that you need to develop sort of more sort of shared forms of mobility, with a big emphasis on building high quality public transport infrastructure. Cost of public transport infrastructure is high, but there are sort of very nice examples, especially from Latin America, now the big success story in Brazil of using buses to actually do mass transport. There are huge co-benefits from actually adopting low carbon transport choices, and when I mean low carbon, also means sort of more sort of fewer vehicles, right? So there's one conversation which talks about moving the fossil fuel based mobility to electric mobility. That's fine, but you'll still have clean congestion, you'll still have low carbon deaths, in the sense that transport also has huge implications on has huge negative externalities. Road safety, road traffic deaths are at a big rise. India is has 10% of the global share, which is 150,000 deaths a year, and this is a key challenge that we need to solve. There are going to be 5 million road traffic deaths by 2040, and this is a big challenge, and actually low carbon transport also means safe transport, and we need to really find how to sort of really work on the intersection of this. And so that's sort of, then there is the whole case of air pollution. Beijing, we've all been hearing about the stories from Beijing about how bad the air is. Well, there are 8 of the top 15 most polluted cities are in India. Again, sort of transport and sort of fossil fuels for use of transport are a major source of air pollution. So from an air pollution perspective also, low carbon transport is a great choice. So in transport, although sort of at the global level, with the UNFCCC frameworks and CDMs, very few transport projects have actually made it as low carbon projects. The co-benefit story is really powerful in transport. The reason why a lot of transport projects haven't made it into sort of these sort of global carbon stories is because measurements is extremely difficult. So it's very difficult to actually put MRV frameworks around transport. The traditional sort of instruments of CDM did not necessarily work for transport projects like transport, where you have to show additionality. But I think some of the new ideas that are coming about now with NAMAs, etc., are going to be much more applicable, and we're going to need sort of really strong MRV frameworks. And I think the India GHG program, but also a tool we are developing as part of the suite of the global protocol for cities for measurement of greenhouse gas emissions for the transport sector will be extremely applicable and useful as new instruments start to come about in the transport space, and you need to measure then both emissions from the road sector, but also from sort of sources like large developments, etc. Large development from a business perspective, I think road safety is a huge issue. And if you have about whatever 5,000 employees, 10,000 employees traveling to a location, I think using again to address the road safety issue, but using sort of what we call travel demand management measures, which is sort of developing employee transport, using buses for transport, both reduces your risk to road safety, but also ends up becoming a low carbon transport solution. So businesses can look at low carbon transport solutions for employee transport, and there are sort of huge business benefits also that can sort of come out of this. If you're planning large developments, this is a great opportunity to build the insides of your development so as to promote walking and cycling, only 30% of the trips that we make are actually trips for work. The remaining 70% are trips that we do for non-work activities, leisure, school, running errands. And if we can actually, especially in large developments, if we can facilitate mixed land use, that is availability of shopping and restaurants and things like that, and then build an environment where people can walk and cycle to get around, you can actually have a significant impact, especially on the GHG portion of that comes from the transport sector. So so sort of some concluding points about transport and sort of greenhouse gas emissions. Transport is the fastest growing sector. The co-benefit story is really powerful, especially given that road safety and air pollution have such strong health implication. There's economies of scale. So if you have 100 people, you can bring them together and provide more efficient means of providing the transport. If you have 1,000 people, so there's economies of scale. And then in large developments, I think there is opportunity to cleverly provide mixed land uses that allow and create nice walking and cycling environments that people can at least do a portion of their trips by walking and cycling, and that can eliminate a lot of sort of GHGs. The big struggle is measurement, and I think we as WRI have developed some tools. There are some tools globally, but I think we just need more and more cases where these measurement frameworks are tested, where results are verified, and then and improved upon, where the transport sector has sort of lost out in this whole debate around climate finance and has not been able to access climate finance because of lack of sort of MRV frameworks. I think there is an active need to work in things like the GHG program, work in coalitions like the India GHG program to improve methodologies and frameworks around transport to improve MRV, so that we can not only sort of get all of the local benefits or co-benefits, but also access the climate finance money to be able to do that.